Hi everyone and welcome to the Back to Blighty podcast. My name is Becky and I'm joining you from the south coast of England where I live with my partner and our 15-year-old Springer Spaniel called Molly. Thank you for joining me for episode 39. I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome if you're a new viewer and welcome if you're a returning viewer. I'm sorry it's been a while since I last put a podcast out there. The reason being is I've been quite busy with other things and I did lose a little bit of my knitting mojo for a little bit there. I think part of it was that I have been really busy in the garden in April and May getting the seeds sown and planting up veggies and potting on the dahlias and sweet peas and all those sorts of things that I've been making the most of the good weather, but also I have been busy. So I went up to Newcastle to visit my son Jack, who is studying at Newcastle University, although he has just finished, so I don't suppose he is really studying anymore. I went up to see him and spend some time up there, and then Jack and his girlfriend Jen came down to Sussex where I live to spend a bit of time with us. So we did some day trips and you hopefully will have seen a little bit of footage of the Seven Sisters and the Cuckmere River, which is very, very close to where we live. So I have been kind of busy doing other things as well, and obviously work always gets in the way, so I'm sorry it's been a little while, but I have got my knitting mojo back and I've got some things to share with you. I've got some finished objects, I've got some spinning, some knitting, some weaving and some crochet as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll get straight into the good stuff and start with finished objects. So the first finished object is the weaving hat, which I was working on when I last spoke to you, and I did finish it some time ago and worn it loads. So this is the weaving hat by Very Busy Monkey, and it is just beautiful. The yarn is from the lovely Lorraine who gifted me this yarn from Paton Daughter. I will pop the links to her shop down below, but all her yarn is naturally dyed and this colour is just superb. It is so lovely. The pattern is by Very Busy Monkey and it's a very detailed pattern, so you have to concentrate all the way through it. The only change I made was I made the rib a little bit longer because a lot of people who had put in the notes on Ravelry that they found it came up a bit short, so yeah, I just put a few more rows in there. But I'm really pleased with this hat and I wore it loads while I was up in Newcastle. And it was really warm and lovely. So yeah, it's going to be put away for a bit now, but when the autumn comes it will be back out. But the colour is just stunning. It's really, really lovely. So good pattern, great yarn. I recommend that one if you haven't knit it before. The other thing that I finished was my campside poncho, which is a pattern by Alicia Plummer. Just making sure I haven't got any dodgy hair going on. Yeah, it's a pattern by Alicia Plummer, and here it is. So I made this out of Viola DK from John Arbon in the Unpredictable colourway, and it's kind of this heathered sort of beige grey. It's a really lovely neutral. As I said, it's in DK. It's knit in the flat, so you knit the front and the back separately, and then you do the neckline and then the edges here, and then finally you just finish it with a button. I had some of these little vintage buttons that I found in my old great aunt's button box that was left to me. So yeah, and then obviously you can stick your arm out there and yeah, you got a little poncho. So it's lovely over a dress, and it is perfect for this time of year because it still gets a little bit cooler in the evening, so it's quite nice to throw something on that's not a big jumper. I will pop some pictures in here. I haven't taken any yet, but I will go outside and pop some footage in so that you can see what it looks like on. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's turned out really lovely. I would make another one. It's very simple, and I love the eyelet detail where they're obviously closer together and then they get more spaced out as they go up. It's a really nice little detail. So yeah, again, great pattern, lovely yarn. I've still got some of this Viola DK left, so I might make a nice hat or something, or some mittens out of it. But yeah, really, really pleased with that one. Okay, the last finished object, I think, yes, the last finished objects was my Stockholm slipover, which I made out of wool laps. And I've just got this out the drawer, so it's a little bit creased. I'm trying to smooth them out. So this was made using wool laps, which are the fibre that goes through the carding machines, so that when you buy fibre and you can spin with it, you can get fibre. Am I making any sense? It's the bits that sometimes get caught at the beginning or the end of the machine, and they basically sell them off really, really cheaply. So I spun up some wool laps. You will have seen, I think it was in Vlogmas, where I prepped them all by hand so that I could spin with them. Spun it up and I made my Stockholm slipover. And here it is. And I'm so happy with this. It's coming out quite stripy on the camera, but it's not as stripy as it looks. I will pop in some footage to show you what it looks like, but I'm really pleased with it. And this cost me £3 or £4 to make. Admittedly, it took a little while because, you know, I spun it and then I knit it up, but I really love it. It's so lovely. It's kind of a little bit crazy, but I've got a really lovely kind of dark reddy rusty coloured dress, and it looks gorgeous with that. And it also looks really nice if you're wearing a white shirt or something for work. It looks really nice as well. So I'm really, really pleased with that. That is a pattern. Oh, is it Petite Knits? I really can't remember. I'll pop it on the screen. I've made one before. I'll make one again. Yeah, they're really, really lovely. And I used every single last scrap of the yarn that I spun. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And it's so warm. Okay, what next? So I have got some finished objects. No, I haven't. I have got some works in progress. I've got a couple of pairs of socks. So the first one that I'm working on, just got to get everything out, is some yarn, again, that was gifted to me, which was so kind, from Elaine. And she has the shop called Skein Laine, or Skein Laine, depending on how you pronounce it. I always say Skein. So she sent me a sock set in Red Admiral, which are these two combos, which are beautiful. And I am knitting the Wyatt Socks, which is a sock pattern by Crazy Sock Lady Designs on Ravelry. So I finished one sock, apart from the heel. I haven't done the afterthought heel. So this is what they're looking like. So I've done the toe, and the back of it is just plain, so you can see how the yarn knits up there. And what I'll do is I'll put it on my hand because you'll be able to see the pattern a little bit better. That's what it looks like. Done one sock, and I am quite a way down the second sock. So that's where I am. So they're coming out really nicely, and I'll be finishing them soon. So yeah, thank you again, Elaine. They're gorgeous, really lovely yarn. I think it's bamboo. I think it's got a bamboo content in it. Let me have a look, see if I can find the label. So there's Elaine's label. And it is 80% merino and 20% bamboo. Yeah, so a really nice combination. So I'm really enjoying knitting up with them, and they won't take long to finish off at all. So that's one pair of socks that I've got on the go. The other pair of socks is using this combo, which I went with Jack and Jen to Battle Abbey. We went there for a little day trip while they were down, and there was a really lovely little yarn shop, and yeah, so I had to buy something because I really like trying to support local small businesses. This is West Yorkshire Spinners in Pheasant and Nutmeg, and this is yeah, 75% wool, 25% nylon. I have done the first sock. Look at those colours. I mean, they are stunning. Love those colours, definitely like a pheasant. Done the first socks, but I will do an afterthought heel, which I haven't done. And I am this far down my second sock. So yeah, they're looking really lovely. They're not identical. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that on this one I started with a red stripe and this one's an orange stripe. But you know, they'll be non-identical twins. That's absolutely fine, because you can get 2 pairs of socks out of one of these balls. So I want to just use every scrap that I can. And then I can make another pair of socks with it. So yeah, so I've just got a vanilla pair of socks. I actually used a larger needle. I can't remember what size I'm using. Might be a 3.25, which is the recommended needle size for this yarn. So I've gone with 58 stitches, so they're really, really quick to knit up, and it is a much thicker yarn than your normal 4-ply. So yeah, so they're coming on really well. Now I have a frog. It's time for a confession. I have a frog because I knit up another slip over. It wasn't a Stockholm one. It was called, where are we? The Untitled slip over by Made You Knits. And I really liked the pattern and I liked knitting it, and I pretty much finished it, and I don't like it. So I'm going to show you. This is the yarn that I used. Again, it's West Yorkshire Spinners, and it is in umber, I want to say. Let me just get it out. It is West Yorkshire Spinners Fleece, which is just Blue Face Leicester, and yes, it's in the umber colourway. So this is how it was looking. I didn't like it. Just don't like it. It looks kind of like, you know, when you're a kid and your nan knitted you something and you kind of had to wear it when you went to visit, and then the rest of the time you didn't have to wear it. It kind of reminds me of that. It's not doing anything for me. I love the yarn, but I just don't think it looks right in this pattern. So I am going to frog it all. I mean, I did the whole lot pretty much. I just had to do the neckline and one armhole. I did one armhole, but I haven't done the other one. But yeah, I just don't like it. I'm not going to wear it, so I'm going to frog it all back and make something else out of that. So I think that's kind of where I lost my mojo a bit, because I was like, oh, you know, can't be doing with it, don't like it, don't know what to do now. And so I thought, what's the best thing to do? Cast on something else. And I bought some yarn from Cookston Crafts. This is so gorgeous. This is called Mushroom. Excuse my messy ball. I've got a very dodgy yarn winder. So this is called Mushroom. So it's like this pinky beige. It's like a nude colour. And I thought I would pair it with some Rowan Kid Silk Haze. I can't remember the name of this, but it's just a neutral. It's actually a little bit more pink than it's coming across on camera. And I am making a cardigan. Now I'm going with a pattern that I haven't written down. So I will pop it in the description below. But it is knitting up beautifully. And this is what it's looking like. It is such a lovely colour. I'm so pleased with it. Yeah, can't remember the designer, can't remember the name of it. I think it begins with a C, if that helps. But it's got like an eyelet pattern throughout it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might just go for the basic pattern. I'll see when I get there and see how it looks, but I'm not quite sure. You know what I'm like, sometimes I start something and then I might just do my own thing. It could be one of those patterns, but I just love the colour. The colour is so lovely. I'm really looking forward to having a cardigan. I've only got three cardigans that I've knit. And one of them I wear all the time, so I I would really like another cardigan. So yeah, really enjoying that at the moment. This is fingering weight yarn and laced together, so it makes kind of sport DK. I haven't done a gauge swatch. I've gone rogue. I haven't done a gauge swatch. I am just going to, when I get a little bit longer, I will then measure it and see if I need to make any changes. I just wanted to get on and knit with it. And also, when you are knitting with floof, it can be a real pain to undo. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Oh, got caught up. But yeah, enjoying that at the moment. So I think that is all my knitting for today. Let's have a look. I've been doing some spinning. So I finished spinning with some yarn that I got from World of Wool, and this is Gin and Tonic. Oh, just realised my hair's in it. This is called Gin and Tonic, and it is merino and tussar silk. And it's got these gorgeous neps in it, just so pretty. Really soft, really squishy. I think I have got probably a sport DK weight. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm just going to stroke it every now and then and yes, see what happens with that. But it's a beautiful colour. I absolutely love that colour. And at the moment I am working on, what have I done with my bobbin? I'm just working on a Shetland fibre. It's just natural grey, and I've literally just started spinning that up, which is a bit of a dream to spin. It just spins itself. So yeah, started on that one as well. I've got quite a lot to get through, but yeah, enjoying the process of that as well. Right, okay, let's talk about weaving. I have a finished object. This is a shawl that I've been working on. It is in drops 220, and the bluey colour, if I show you the tassels you can see, so the bluey colour is Storm Cloud Heather, the grey is Harbour Mist, and the pink is Lepidolite. Lepidolite? Don't know if that's a word, or I might have just made that up. Lepidolite Heather. So yeah, so this is quite nice. It's quite a nice width, and yeah, it goes all the way across. So I'm really pleased with this one. It's turned out really well. It's quite a short scarf, but it does the job. Yeah, really like it. Let me just stand up so you can have a closer look. There we go. Yeah, so it's going to be a nice sort of little one for the cooler evenings, and I have to say that I didn't actually weave all of this. When Jen came down to visit, she did a bit of it as well, so thanks Jen. It's all done, and I love it. So that's my first weaving project. Otherwise, I did make some dishcloths, which I will pop some footage on for you, because quite frankly they've been in use now for a couple of months, and yeah, they're not at their best. But I did make some dishcloths. I made 5. A couple of them I gave away to a friend, and the others have been working very hard. They've lasted really well. I can't remember what the cotton was, but I will leave a link to my Ravelry page in the description box, and you can find out the information through that. But yeah, really good. I will definitely be making dishcloths again in the future. I think they soak up water a lot better. You can make them a bit bigger, so they're more useful, and yeah, and also they're quite fun to make. They're quite nice as samples to work out different types of weaving. So yeah, I will pop, as I said, if you haven't seen it already, I'll pop a video in so you can have a look at those. So quite pleased with them. Right, how are we doing for time? Not too bad, 20 minutes in. I feel like I'm talking really quickly. You can see I am clearly out of practice. Okay. Lastly, we've got some crochet. Now, I'm very pleased. My first proper crochet project. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? This is Emma, and Emma is a pattern by Kerry Lord from Toft, and I bought a kit because I just wanted to learn how to crochet, and I thought I'll get a kit. And everyone tells me that Kerry Lord's patterns are really easy to follow, so yeah, so I got Emma the bunny and I love her. She is just brilliant. It was so easy, really, really easy. Once you kind of figured out how your hands are supposed to be, yeah, very happy with Emma Bunny. I might put her up there so that you can enjoy her. So yeah, so I completed Emma, which I was really pleased about, and then I ordered myself the Kerry Lord Pets book, which I think I might have showed to you before. And I started making a gecko, and I'll show you a picture. There's all the geckos. Thought I'd make a gecko. Made a gecko body, ran out of yarn. So this is my gecko so far. But yeah, ran out of yarn. This yarn is the Lady of Shalott, which is one of my hand-dyed yarns that I had in my shop some time ago. And I ran out of yarn for the legs. And I haven't got anything similar. And I don't want to dye up the same colourway for the sake of like 4 tiny, tiny legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going rogue again, is I'm going to make Emma the Bunny's ears. Now bear with, because I think this is going to work. I'm going to make Emma the Bunny's ears to make it into a dragonfly. Because I think that might work, kind of. I can see it in my head. We'll see. Watch this space. So yeah, so I'm going to make some wings for my dragonfly. But so cute. Look at that nose. Look at that nose. Yeah, this will be a dragonfly. Right, let's pop him up there as well. Okay, so otherwise I also made a little cactus for, well, I made 2. I made one for my son Jack, and I made one for my best friend Sally. And this pattern was out of Crocheted Succulents, which is a book by Emma Varnum. And I will show you the cactus that I made. There we go. And I obviously gifted them ages ago. I will pop a picture in of the 2 cacti that I sent in the post to those lovely, lovely people. And I was really happy with them. They turned out really well and they were fun to do. So that was another crochet project. Finally, I have a whip to show you, and this is the Battenberg blanket by Sandra Paul. And I'm getting on quite well with it. Look at those colours. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm really enjoying this. I tell you what, I'm enjoying the squares, loving doing the squares, not so keen on crocheting them together. Not gonna lie, just want to make squares. So I have lots of squares that still need to be sewn together, but this is gorgeous yarn. So lovely, and the colours are really nice. This is Sheepy's, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, Sheepy's Soft Fun. That's what it looks like. And yeah, and it is so soft. It's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, which is great because it means you can chuck it in the washing machine when it looks a bit grubby. But I'm really enjoying the process. It's going to be a long project, but yeah, loving it. So I feel like I have got a bit of a crochet bug going on, and I haven't got any plans for any more crochet at the moment, but yeah, I'm enjoying my blanket, and I will make my gecko some wings. That's what I've got to do. Okay, what else have I got to tell you? That's it. That is everything. Gosh, 26 minutes. I can't believe I did it that quickly. As I said, you know, some of it's just catching up, so I haven't got as much to say as maybe I normally would. I'm still working on my yawl sweater. I've done about another inch on that, so maybe next time I will show you my progress on that. And yeah, got a couple of shawls as well that are just in bags, and I haven't touched them. I think I'm looking at different things now that the weather's getting nicer, but I will be picking them up again later on in the year. So otherwise, what have I been up to? My best friend Sally has moved back down to Sussex, which makes me so happy. And we met up a couple of days ago, and we went to Hastings and St Leonard's, and we walked along the beach in the sand, which was lovely. We played crazy golf, we had ice cream, and it was just so amazing and so lovely to have her back. Yeah, so that was really nice. As I said, there's the trip that we had out to the Seven Sisters, which is our local coastline, and later on this week I am going to be going away for a few days as well, which will be really nice, so I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, things pretty much the same. I'm carrying on obviously with my yarny project, but I'm also enjoying my painting again. Oh, and I was going to show you, when we went to Beachy Head, I decided that I would paint a picture. It's not finished, but I've started my picture of Beachy Head. I still need to do the detailing on the cliff. So yeah, so I've been painting, I've been gardening, I've been working, and yeah, enjoying all the lovely things. So that's it from me today. I'm waffling, I'm going to stop there. It's so lovely that you joined me, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed yourself over here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, bye.